Hi, are you a mid career woman who is feeling stuck in your career? Do you want to make a career change, but you don't know what you want to do, what career or roles to target? Do you fear it means starting over, starting from scratch, or even losing out on what you've built up professionally? I want to walk you through the 3 steps that are part of the coaching framework that I take clients through so that they can confidently, make their career change, get unstuck, and be able to make that career change for themselves. Now, before we start, I would like to just talk to you about these 3 words because they're key to you getting unstuck. Now, you've probably expressed them. I feel stuck. I am stuck. And they form this thought that just occupies your mind. And I want to bet that there are these other thoughts that are fueling that thought for you. And I'm just wondering which of these thoughts are fueling that thought for you. And the point I want to make is this, that you know what occupies your mind, what you dwell on, what you focus on, that is what grows. And with time, it starts to feel like your reality. Now, but what I want to, point out is this, based on cognitive behavior therapy, you know, your thoughts influence your emotions, and your emotions influence your behavior. And so right now, if this is the thought, these are the thoughts that are occupying your mind, they are fueling that behavior of not taking the steps that you need to take, the action that you need to take that is going to help you move forward in your career. But what I want to point out is this is just a thought, and a thought can be changed. So what I want you to do right now is take this thought, I am stuck, and I want you to flip it and literally out loud say, I am not stuck. And allow this thought, to be what grows in your mind, what occupies your mind. Because then it will be, it will influence you taking the action, the steps that you need to do moving forward, and will actually play a part in helping you take these steps that I'm going to walk you through. So what I'd like to do right now is just minimize my video here so that we can focus on these 3 steps. So the first step that I want you that you want to take is you want to clarify what you want. So if you have read, Stephen Covey, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, habit 2 talks about begin with the end in mind. And that's what you want to do. You really want to get crystal clear on what it is that you want to target in the roles that you want to, target moving forward. So to do this, there's this question that I walk my clients through. What do I want? And there are 6 key areas that we focus on. First one being is you want to get clear on what your interests are. What challenges and problems do you want to work on? What issues, concerns do you want to take a part in finding solutions to? Whether that is directly or indirectly, you want to be able to, the roles that you target, that they're in one or another addressing issues or concerns that matter to you, that interest you. You want to think about, get clear on who it is you want to serve and or work with. Think about, the companies. What kind of a company do you want to work for? What industry do you want to work for? Is it in the profit sector, nonprofit sector? So getting again clear on who do you want to work with and or serve. Third is looking at your day-to-day responsibilities. The activities that you are going to take on to tackle the challenges and problems that you're working on. Look right now, what you've been doing the responsibilities that you have taken on a day-to-day basis, which ones have you been motivated to take on? Which ones have you not? So getting clear on what are some of the things that you want to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Then you want to look at the skills. Now, what skills are you good at and enjoy using? Because those are going to be your motivator skills. You want to utilize, be clear on the skills that you're good at and you also enjoy using. Because right now, if you look, if there are skills that you are using right now that you don't enjoy using, even though you're good at them, you're not motivated to do that work. So getting clear on what those skills are. Values. What values do you want to experience in and outside of work? So that, through the work that you do, you can live out those values, both at work and outside. Purpose is the foundation of this question of, what do I want? So what is important to you that you want to be able to experience through your work? What impact do you want the work that you make? What makes you come alive? So getting clear in answering this question, what do I want, is going to help you know what aligns with you. Because that's who you are. And once you are clear on what that is, then you can then target those roles, positions that align with what you want. Now we're moving on to step 2. We just analyze. Analyze what is needed. So now that you have identified the roles that you want to target, you can do an analysis on it. You want to look at, okay, what are the requirements in terms of training, education that are needed for that role? What type of responsibilities is it going to call for you to take on? So using job descriptions to see, okay, what are those responsibilities? Are those the type of responsibilities you want to take on? Skills and abilities. What are going to be needed in that role? And then the expectations. Just overall expectations of that particular role and role or career. Now, once you're clear on what is needed, then you want to look at what do you bring to the table. And again, it's those same 4 areas that you want to see. Now, what do you bring to the table? And once you're clear on what you bring to the table, now you can then look at, okay, is there a gap? And one of the things that you can do is utilize informational interviewing to see, talking to somebody who is in the roles and positions that you want to target and being able to share with them what you bring to the table, learning from them what those roles and positions call for. They can help you see, is there a gap that you need to address? And once you're clear on that, then, you can look at what options then do you want to take. If there's no gap and the role, position, career aligns well with what you want, you can proceed. If that is all true, but there is a gap that is there that you need to, address, then now you're clear on what it is that you need, what gap you need to fill. Is it some education that you need to take on, training, skills that you need to develop? But if you're clear that that's the role, the position you want to target, now you can go take care of the gap and then be able to pursue it. And it just helps you to also figure out how can you address that gap. And if you're seeing that this is not the role, if there's a gap and there's a gap that you don't want to necessarily address, then you can start looking, okay, what are the roles can you target? So step 1, gain the clarity. Step 2, analyze. And then step 3, now you're ready to strategize to make it happen. And this is where you want to create your executable action plan or the roadmap that is now going to take you from where you are to where you want to get to. Because now it's no longer about being unclear. You're clear. Now it's figuring out how do you do that. And this is where, you want to create be clear about actually identifying what are the steps that you need to take. Writing your SMART goals, uh, writing down what it is that you need to do. Figuring out how do you engage your network, reaching out to them, letting them know now what type of roles you're targeting so that they can be your eyes and ears. And now you can more effectively use your network because you're clear on what it is that you're targeting. And then a really important thing is, don't go solo. See who it is that you can invite in to be part of your inner circle. To be your cheerleader, to be somebody to hold you accountable. So creating that community that can help you as you're making your career transition or change. So the most effective way for you to confidently get unstuck is to discover and get clarity on what you want. I hope going through those 3 steps help you see that it is possible to get unstuck. Now, they're part of the 3 phrase framework that I take my clients through to help them to confidently make their career change. So be mindful of those internal barriers that get in the way and keep you feeling stuck, and be willing to take the steps and action that are going to help you gain the clarity that you need so that you can pursue and find that fulfilling career for you.